All right. Closing session, October 29th, November 4th. Is that right? That seems like an awfully long conference.
Some of us came on the 29th.
All right. Okay. Yeah, so I hope everybody had a good conference. I would point out, save the applause for the man who runs it.
Some are already still having a good conference.
So the thing that amazes me, I can't believe how many people actually stayed all 5 days. We were talking about this yesterday. Amongst all the conferences I know of, this one is so packed, which is really hard to schedule, but also it's really impressive. So thank you for everyone. It's amazing. Every talk we had was very attentive, and I think that's really what makes this. This is really a great community. So with that, I think we have a presentation and point out a few things.
Yes.
What do you want to say? Do you want to do any pre-comments?
This is Shirikit show, man.
Oh no.
This is where she gets to do a lot of talking.
So we all the good slides were made by me. All the slides that have errors were made by Jamal. Just all right. So this was a blast, right? I think, like Tom said, it was great. By the way, this is interesting and important to understand. This is as good as it gets. Like, this was amongst the best run instances we've had in a few years.
I mean, who do we give the credit that to?
Before we get credit, I just wanted us to recognize that this is as good as it gets.
There was some statement before we get into why.
Why it's good or bad. Yeah.
All right.
So the why is the interesting.
It looks like a question. That's why I was.
No, but I'm asserting that I think this is as good as it gets. This is reality. From here on out, I don't think we will ever be a fully in-person or hopefully never fully online conference. So this is what the operating plan is going to look like. We are going to have some talks remote, some talks local. We will have people who will have to try to balance groups. For people who are going to be all remote, please try as much as you can to record and work with the system so that you're not we are not chasing AV issues live as things happen, or bomb warnings don't go off while you're talking to us. But this, I think we've struggled. The last two editions were very tough. It was really, really hard to get the AV right, to get the scheduling right, to get the website right, to not get DOSed while we were while our conference was running. Yeah. We've had everything that could go wrong, and I think this one relatively was.
Yeah, it's just smooth. We did get DOSed in Lisbon, by the way, right? I can't remember whose talk it was.
But got DOSed again?
No, in Lisbon.
In Lisbon.
Yeah, I can't remember who someone didn't like, and they just took him out for a few seconds.
It was the first.
It wasn't me, I swear.
Okay, so thanks to our sponsors, the Platinum Group had some shrinkage. We had none this year, which is interesting and new for us. We've never had that problem. For people who don't know, what's our massive Platinum amount?
Yeah, it's embarrassing. It's low.
It's very low. So
we have numbers at the end. You'll see.
Yeah, it's shocking that we didn't get any Platinum sponsors. So please, work with your people, see if we can fix that. For our gold sponsors this year were Meta and Google. So our silver sponsors were AMD, Intel. Thank you. Bronze has a very healthy representation from Tempesta, SecuNet, Mojatatu, Relianoid, is that?
All the friends, new players.
Relianoid, G-Core, ByteDance, HA Proxy, Jump Trading, and NVIDIA.
Just to let you know, if you have a corporate expense, you can certainly expense bronze or silver
on your credit card.
Probably gold.
Yeah. To give you a sense of how expensive these sponsorship levels are, bronze would probably not need manager approval, is I think what he's talking about. Maybe a couple of cab rides worth. Our media sponsors were LWN. Thank you.
Normally, well, Jake is in Mexico. He monitors virtually and he'll publish something.
And actually, you should maybe talk a little bit about our infrastructure provider.
Hostinger, I don't know if anybody's online, but they've been fantastic to us. We've had no problem. We moved away from OVH. I mean, OVH meant well, but every 6 months or so, they would cut us off and we have to call some guy to restate the site. So we started paying them, but occasionally I forget to pay, so they cut us off again. But we're good with the hosting, yeah. We are really happy with them. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been a great pleasure. Okay, we're going to go through our organization committee.
Oh, okay. So obviously, in order to hold a conference, we have to organize it. So the organizational team, this is why the conference is as what it is. So we have Kimberly, Jeffries, Christy, Gelhart, Jamel, obviously. Leal, I believe he's in Brazil, but he's been running the back end.
Can I put a good word for Lyle? I think he has been amazing. He's made a huge difference for us this year.
Rupa, Shrajit, myself, we're actually on the board. So Ricardo and Felipe. Ricardo is also AV.
He's with Felipe. Yeah.
Okay. So round of applause for the organizational team. Okay. So before that, we will highlight two people who make this conference especially good. Without them, I don't think it would happen. Christy, please come up. So if you're wondering why we have food, why we have services, why everything's set up perfectly well, you can thank Christy.
Wow. Well, I saw them walk in with these bags and they told me it was for their wife, so it was a good cover.
It worked, right?
It worked.
Yes.
Well,
my wife's going to kill me now.
This is being broadcast live.
Oh, great.
Oh, man. Well, I really appreciate it. And I have to say that doing this is so enjoyable for me because you guys are so great. Seeing the same faces, the same people, it really makes it fun. It's the only event that I work with now post-COVID because it's the only event I want to work with. So thank you to you guys just for really being so great. Thank you.
All right.
Speaking of great.
So the other person, I don't know if he's here. We might have to do this in absentia. Oh, there he is, Jamel.
You're trying to embarrass me. Yeah, it smells good.
So how many conferences is this, by the way?
I think this is number 12.
Well,
remember the first one?
I remember the first one. That was the freezing concert or conference,
Yeah.
Ottawa. That was that was record for the coldest.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I don't think we'll ever shatter that one.
yes, so you could, Ed, you could have skated on the river, on the canal there. If you, I remember.
Speech.
Or that's my speech, man. What do you
Oh,
want?
that's the speech. or
was never seen snow. And man, this guy just would like us to end the sessions sooner so he can go out and play with the snow. Anyway, it's been great. I mean, I love coming here. That's why I'm doing this. It's not, I don't make money. I don't get paid. It consumes my time, but I'll still do it. And I appreciate that people do show up.
Yeah, I want to add to that, right? So, this thing works because Jamal makes it work. Just like we get fed because Christine gets us food. It's as simple as that. Like any and all events and details, and from T-shirts to did you put the apostrophe correct in the announcement headline? Did the Twitter feed get updated to why didn't you show up for this meeting after 6 invitations? All come from Jamal, and it's
whether I'm willing to be replaced. Anybody wants to take off this?
He's actively
I'll be
recruiting.
more than happy to. I'll train you.
He's been actively recruiting for 6 years. The only person who ever offers to take his job is Jamal.
All right.
Now,
enough embarrassment. Come on.
Yeah, moving on. This is you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we have this meeting. We have about 90 physical, 103 virtual, 27 countries, which are listed there. Should I be reading them?
Yeah.
Okay, United States, Canada, yay, Canada, Poland, France, India, United Kingdom, Brazil, Czech Republic, Israel, Japan, Denmark, Germany, Switzerland, China, Costa Rica, Italy, Spain, Sweden, Belgium, Greece, Hungary, Ireland, Korea, Republic of Lithuania, Luxembourg, and Romania. And there's a couple of jokers, or maybe
please hold the applause till we get to bar.
All right, let's give applause to those countries. Right. And a couple of jokers, please just use, we know your country, just use your real country. Why do you have to say you're from Angola? We know for sure you're from San Jose, okay? And there's no country called Fu or Ba. Use the proper country.
You think people are trying to hide their identity?
I don't know. They're being very, it's not hard to know where they're from because they have to pay at some point. Right.
Well, thank you for coming. By the way, the numbers are lower, right? They are significantly
low,
lower than...
I mean, for 90 physical, when all corporates have cut travel, I know there's some very worthy people who are here that paid for themselves to show up. I won't mention any names, but you know who you are. We really appreciate you taking, thinking this is worth your money to spend, even though you're coming here probably representing work you do at your company. We're not sure how long this is going to go on, but a small conference is always better, right? You can talk to a lot more people on the hallways. So it's not that we're striving. We don't want the KubeCon kind of appears. I'll probably stop showing up if there's 3,000 people here, but right.
That said, if there are, I mean, like Jamal said, there are, we know the situation is, let's just say, complicated. And if there are things that we can do, if there are ideas that people have, please let them know. Please let us know, sorry. I mean, for example, if we were to hold the next conference in Iceland, if that will make it easier.
We're voting at the end, right? Yeah. We're going to be voting.
You let us know. No, that was
the... Okay, special thanks to TCC. Steve is not here. Alex is here. That's Alex, everybody. Without Alex, come on, Alex.
Speech.
Come on.
Speech.
You're gonna just have to. They have to see you. They can't see you on this side, right?
Yeah, we don't have the camera. So.
Yeah. Thank you. We appreciate you, and it's a lot of It's a good location, and being cheap pastors, we got it for a good price. So thank you. Thanks, Steve, for us, please. And Sean. And,
yeah.
Feel free to come back.
Where else?
SBI. Danny, who's left. Carl, thank you. Please stand up so people know who you are. Jason, I know you're a different company, but you're partnering with them. We appreciate you.
We should have the camera pointed at you guys right now.
Yeah. The catering company, I don't know them, but Christy knows them. Just say thank you to them.
Yes.
Would they fail us?
By the way, I have to say that this camera thing was awesome. Like it was insanely cool to be able to actually see who was speaking. It was like a new idea, mind blowing. So thank you. And lastly, this is a conference, which means there is papers, there is material, and there's a lot of people who have to put in time to make the program, so to say, work. And this is our program committee. I don't know if you're going to read. Yeah,
I can
go.
read.
Go.
Yeah. Hey, thanks to the program committee. Let me just read the names, I think. Saeed, who was a program chair, Johannes, Neil, Alex. I know some of you are here. Stephen, Hajime, PJ, Somini, Donald, David, Andrew, Jesse, Jason, Jesper, Florian, Michael, Kong, Anjali, Or, and Harshita. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, so about the program committee, reading through the comments, I think this was pretty much the best comments we've had, right? So program committee did a really good job this year, I think.
Yep. Thank you.
I think we also started a new system this year, which we've never done before. Thanks to OR for holding us accountable. So if a program committee member makes a review of your submission, you get an opportunity to have a rebuttal. Right? It's not that we don't want any of this elitism or closed system. So you will get time to respond. That's going forward. That's how this is going to work, right? If you're wrong, if you have to fix something, if they rejected you for whatever reason, it's supposed to be a blind review, but doesn't quite work. So when you read the reviews, you don't know who's commenting. You just see anonymous PC members say the following: "You're full of shit," and you have to say why you're not full of shit.
Yeah, one thing I'd point out, so being on the program committee, obviously it's a nice thing to put on your resume. So we're always looking for new blood. We definitely want to keep getting new people in and make sure we're always getting new stuff. So if you have any interest, let us know and we'll see what we can do.
Yes, thank you for everybody who's done the work. Thank you for everybody who's planning to sign up for with Tom's offer. Rupa, I think this is
Oh,
I think this is me.
yeah.
Because I'm not
Your name's not on
okay.
I'm not. My name is not there. So thanks to our submission shepherds, this is our people who chase everybody around during the reviews. Rupa,
Thank you, Jamal.
Shrijit, and of course Tom.
I should say Tom and I did some work, but Rupa did majority of the
And
miles.
thanks to Jamal for chasing us, actually.
Yeah, if you.
You,
I was asking Jakub,
He's not
what's
supposed
your
to, but-
timeout period? Mine is like 5 minutes. If I don't hear from you,
By the time he asks us if it's done, if we don't say yes, he asks again. So we better say done. All right, this time we get to thank Jamal. So this is the Netdev Society. This is the board. Again, if you want to help participate, join us, let us know. It's an amazingly good career move. It comes with great benefits. There's a lot of travel involved, and a chance to really improve your physical condition by moving boxes
But how's the pay?
I'll let you know once I get it.
So by the way, this is all volunteer.
Yes. And yeah, I'll repeat the words to some extent that, it's hard, right? Every one of us, hopefully, every one of us has a day job, which means this is something you do on the side. It's difficult to make slides. It's difficult to make, put charts together, show results, build patches, do the experiments. It's work. So thank you for all that you do. And it was this year, like every other year so far, has been excellent.
Okay. Just one thing, if you put it back on that, please submit your papers, submit your slides on time, or you'll hear from me. And this, we serve also as a great documentation site. It doesn't go into the kernel, but we get referenced often, always. We have videos, we have papers for the last 12 conferences. All this serves as a great way to capture your effort and your work and the great work you do on whatever you present on, right?
Yeah, actually, I want to re-emphasize that, right? Like, so, and I'm as guilty or more guilty than anybody else here. But what happens invariably is, right, we announce a CFP and then a closing date, And 5 days after the closing date, there's a deluge of new material. Right? So it's very important that you put your abstract in as soon as you can. If you're not sure, you need to cut it. We can talk about that later. But if there is something that you think you want to work towards, put it in there. And what I'll tell you, my experience has been that works as a great forcing function in itself. Once you put it, you sort of start pacing your time. If you keep delaying it, you end up going. And then 5 days after, when everybody is now stressed, that's when it shows up, and now it's on the negative side of the calculation. So put your abstracts in soon, and it actually helps. The one thing that I think we've said this before, the hardest thing with running the conference, and fortunately this time Rupert did most of it, is scheduling, because till you know how many talks or how many tracks, what kind of grouping, we cannot make any plans, including even how many seats. So have the abstracts early, please. It helps a lot.
Yeah, I think Christy wants to.
Rupa has a mic.
It's one. Oh no, I said mostly because we have to feed you.
Yeah.
Right. So we're giving out food to the homeless the first 2 days or so.
No, every day.
It was every day.
It's food, but it's also just track. Like we did I think Rupa did a very good job this time of getting the tracks to be coherent. If we don't have a sense, we don't know how to track.
Yeah.
So thank you. All right, this is the Jamal show.
No, sorry, what is this?
This is attendance.
Oh, this is remote attendance.
Yes, in lieu of t-shirt sizes, this is what we are doing for the remote people.
Okay, I guess the keynote got the most. Yeah, we can skip this.
What?
Oh, we do have the t-shirt sizes.
Did you add t-shirt sizes?
No, it's the same as last year's t-shirt sizes. Nothing changed in terms of distribution.
Okay, so
Yep.
Okay, so we don't have a t-shirt sizes.
I thought.
Please go look up the Netdev 16 closing slide deck and look up the t-shirt sizes. That's the same. Okay, so then I guess we are just into open mic, and this is important, right? So what was good, what was bad? I put some points in there, but we'd like to hear your thoughts, especially people remote. Please do participate. Please give us feedback now. And if you want to do it later, people at netdevconf.info, shoot emails. I see.
Is there a comment?
No comments.
Wow, does that
Alex, brave Alex. Mic him.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like the attendance thing, one thing I ran into on our end is the conflict between Canada and India actually ended up playing a role for us, as we had a number of people that were interested until they heard Canada, and it's like, oh, no, I can't go there, not on my visa. And so I think that might be one of the reasons why our turnout ended up being lower this year.
I think he's talking about Jamal, you and me. The Canada-India conflict.
What would be a good location that?
No, this one you couldn't have avoided.
I mean, yeah, it's because it's. Oh, I see. There's that conflict.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one would.
That was a one-time thing.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
That's a good. I mean, it's a good point. But actually, I think we've seen. I would say we saw attendance levels being pretty abysmal, even without that cherry on top.
Yeah, I think the corporate cuts are probably the biggest contributor.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, not sure who's opened up for travel yet.
Well, and who's planning to open up for travel?
Yeah,
it's
so
not clear.
Theory is this may continue for the next few years, basically like that. Yeah.
Yeah, for the attendance, it would also help if we could send the acceptance of the papers earlier, because it came up very late, and
yes,
it needs more time for getting the budget, accepting all the travels.
So one thing, given that we've done it for 10 years, I would say, if you are looking on a visa and the accept is important, please mark it, or please let us know ahead of time. Because it's a general combination problem, right? Till we've seen all the papers, we can't just start accepting. And if all the papers are 5 days after the last date, then it's very hard to start accepting early. So what we've done, actually, also something Jamal pushed us to do, is for people that we knew about, that needed timely answers, and some that had emailed us explicitly, we tried to make sure that the review process terminated sooner rather than later. But yeah, just let us know, right? If visa and travel budgets are, yes.
But acknowledged, right? I think we will plan to revisit this next year.
We've planned my only point is we've planned every year, and it's
yeah,
it
but
always ends up at the same.
Do shoot us an
That's why I wanted to repeat this comment this year too.
Yes.
I just wanted
I think we do. So I'll let you speak. We just Kim is now preparing. We're finally getting organized. She's preparing all the steps and how soon they have to be done. We never had this, believe it or not. I'll just wake up one morning and I call one of these guys and say, "Okay, shit, we gotta put that RFP out."
We are all laughing because
we're
it's true.
It's volunteer driven, right? So nobody sort of has this very well planned. We're getting better, and next year now we have someone with a whip that's not me, someone else who's gonna guide us through the process. I don't know if Kim is online, but
We can't see.
she's on top of things. We've done a lot better with her around this year.
I just wanted to add about visa is that for this year, there was a requirement about to wait for 300 days for visa application for Canada. So like in some locations, it's absolutely impossible to get a visa to Canada. And Canada visa is actually one of the hardest visa to apply for. So
wow.
Canada
yeah.
We love people to move here. Who wants to move?
Yeah, but actually you need to gather a lot of documents, and also the current wait time is
You just have to wait
incredible.
1 year, then you can.
Yeah, that's.
So okay, there was a question here.
Oh yeah, so I just want to say for us, a big impact on our in-person participation is the situation in Israel. I'm not sure if that was accounted for or not.
No, it was, but actually, just obviously that's correct. The question is. That happened relatively late in the planning process, right?
Yeah.
Like so I think we know how many people said they were going to be here and couldn't make it. That's a small fraction. I think our biggest problem this year was, like Jamal said, the corporate cuts. There are multiple. That also explains the shrinkage in the platinum section of sponsorship. The companies that have decided that they would rather not invest in things like this is a growing list, and that's something it's reality. We have to just figure out what to do about that. Yes, Willem.
On that point, I really like coming here. I love Vancouver. Thank you for organizing here. If you expect this is going to last for a couple of years, would more people attend if you try to do it in the Bay Area or close to there?
That's in the list. Oh shit! Did I say too much or?
Well, we'll send the poll out, right? Or
the poll is already. Philippe already has a poll.
Okay.
Right.
So.
Okay.
So yes, the Bay Area is on our list. We had other reasons not to do it before. So we typically watch what the ITF is doing. We get free research from them. Okay, so we just read what they're up to. And okay.
I'm not based in the Bay Area, to be clear. This is not.
Yeah. So it's travel. Well, you can say I'm visiting the corporate office as opposed to.
For instance.
Yeah. So no, but I think it's a true statement that I think finding this is. By the way, there is a surreptitious reason why Jamal tracks where people are coming from, so we get a sense of where our popularity is. And I think the last few times we've looked, it seems that Central Europe or close to Central Europe and North America gets massive influx everywhere.
Europe in particular, I think there's a lot of countries there, and travel is easy. I just don't like dealing with their tax systems. I'm sorry. Just all that VAT crap, and
that's
sorry to all the Europeans if I was offending anybody.
But it's a valid point, Willem. It's location matters.
And actually, the question I had was a different one. With the AV doing a lot better. Can remote speakers, like we have to record because things can go wrong. Is it possible to say record, but if you can make it, present in person?
That's always the case.
That's what we
That's
do.
all what we tell them always. But in practice, what happens is even as some of us might remember the famous Eric Dumaze update, like while in the middle, I think that was 2 years ago, I was actually running a WebEx to Meet bridge because he could connect on WebEx, and I was bridging it out to AirMeet. It was the problem is it's not just that is it at start time does it hold, it's that in between if things start getting off the rails, then it completely messes up the rest of the schedule. So I think my personal position, and we haven't really talked about it, is I would say always play the recording, but have the person stand by to maybe pause, ask questions, answer questions, clarify things, and move on. But we found remote, live, even with a backup, tends to be
remote is hard. We had Lyle was waiting to record. This is the first time we allowed other people, the remote speakers, to record themselves.
Even the speaker in Israel had to jump to live.
Right, and it could be AirMeet. We may try something different next year, unless people are totally strongly objecting to that.
AirMeet works, I think.
I don't know. I mean, it's also a little pricey. You know how cheap? Right.
Now, Jamal wants to try a homegrown one. He's going to go full Linus on this and write a video conferencing.
Yeah, I mean, at some point we'll just have to give up. Go ahead, Jesse.
So I don't know if you guys had any stats on the Wi-Fi network in the building, but I was wondering if maybe we could influence AirMeet to give us a local attendee sort of style option. So when you could join, so you could type questions, see stuff, so you're a participant, but in the room, versus a participant and remote. There'd be a different category.
That is an excellent point because it also helps with our stats. Our stats are currently very messed up because we only have the remote stats.
Yeah, everybody's just an attendee. And like I was noticing that I was pulling, between 1 and 2 megabits a second continuously when I'm connected to AirMeet, no matter what I did.
Yes.
Okay. You think AirMeet is doing a broadcast probably?
No, I mean, it's just when you're connected to the meeting, you're doing audio or video. There's no choice to do none.
And it's very chatty. They'll actually, I found that to your point, if I left my laptop with admin connected, not even in the session, I was doing about 2 megabits and I was pulling 5% battery every hour.
Okay, so we got to give them this feedback.
Yeah.
I think Carl says that they're very comfortable with Zoom. The one main reason and they could do a lot of magic tricks with Zoom, like split screen and have 4 people at the same time. And the only problem, the one main reason we use AirMeet is the registration is built in. So we have no choice. We don't.
No, and it gives us a nice program.
Probably Philippe and his team can write us a registration system. Then we can. It's cheaper. Number one, Zoom is a lot cheaper.
Yeah. Well, I think this is something we should look into.
Yeah. So the one thing I want to talk about the sponsorship and the corporate part is just remember we are an engineering conference. It's not a marketing conference. You give us your money not to get any benefits like, for example, we don't share names. We have a lot of very strict privacy, unless people here want to vote, and that we should allow names and companies to be published. ITF does. ITF would put registrants' names online, but we don't. So sometimes when we deal with the corporate guys, they want to justify why they're sponsoring for $1,500, for heaven's sake. What do they get in return in terms of benefits? They can go marketing benefits. And the only thing we do is put a logo on. If it was up to me, this conference will be totally free and will feed everybody that shows up here, as long as it doesn't turn to 3,000 people. But if you're talking to a company, just remind me that it's an engineering conference. It's not a marketing conference. There's probably managers here, but it's not the people we encourage to show up.
But one thing we did do in the past was have like a bits and bytes with allowing a marketing night. Maybe bring that back or something.
Yeah. So Christy used to run an event called Beats, Nibbles, Bytes, Words, lots of words. That in the evenings we'll have tables. That's the best we can do as far as marketing is concerned. All right, you bring your stuff, we put it up there. You can recruit people if you want, but that's not why you show up to this
No,
conference.
no, and no marketing organization wants to show up and recruit an engineer. Right?
Yes.
They
Right.
they want your attendee list. I mean, they also don't know that
And
the attendee list that they would get wouldn't be very valuable.
and it's hard for us to get money sometimes for these reasons, and we charge very little. We're not here to make profit, okay? You'll see our numbers for last year.
Yeah. Okay, so let's keep rolling. Thank you. Applause for everybody.
There's a T-shirt.
No, this is the progression. This
I see.
13, 16.
We can go back.
We don't have 17.
Okay. XXL, XL. Did the numbers change? They look the same to me. Guess 16. No, it looks exactly like this year. Right. Okay.
So what Jamal is saying is that in 16 we had about a third more people, and the T-shirt sizes didn't change at all. With a third less people.
Right. Okay. You want to show the numbers? I can read that.
Yeah.
So we always publish our numbers every year. This is from Lisbon. You can see how much we made from sponsorship. If you can go back and look at the logos of who paid, we had 1 or 2 platinums, I think. Registration fee. We did lose a little bit of money. So once in a while we gain $20,000, and once in a while we lose almost $15,000. So last year we lost, and you can see the breakdown of everything there. So it's on our website. It's published every year. If you want more details, you can reach out to us. We can even put you through to our accountant. Okay.
Yeah. That's a very important sentence. If you need more details, we don't have it. Talk to our accountant.
The accountant does this. We have an accounting company that does this, and we're not happy when they took our money, but we have to do it officially.
And by the way, that's actually something that, to the point Willem was making about location, we should think about is like one of the things that will help is if we can find spots where maybe like the food cost is something that the host helps us out with or something like that. That does reduce the cost of operating the conference.
Yeah, if we can cut the cost of location and food, we can probably let in people for free with a few sponsors.
Yeah. Okay.
This is where the poll comes in. Philip, you ready? Okay, so people we have a few locations that we feel, we can't confirm the dates yet. We're working on this.
Actually, before we go forward, hold on. Were there any comments or questions online? Anything? There was one. You want to read it out?
Nabil, Stephen Kano engineer, he mentioned it would be nice to have the slides posted ahead of the talks so that we can follow along.
Yeah, that's always that question is always asked in every conference. The problem is Shriji just changed his slides 5 minutes ago, so I don't know what online would have been. It's engineers, man. They think with their left brain only. So I don't know. If this was a marketing conference, then yes, 1 month ahead of time. We try our best, and they will be available right after.
There's another comment here. Despite all the issues, AirMeet is much better for remoters compared to Zoom.
Say that again.
Despite all the issues, AirMeet is much better for remoters comparing to Zoom.
Oh, I see. Okay. Good to hear.
That was my experience as well.
Yeah, I don't know anything else. I just look at the numbers, man. That's all I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Just going, they're not giving us a discount.
Yeah.
Let's find something cheaper.
We can do something about the Linux systems, no? Okay. Was it the last one, Felipe? Okay, then you're on.
The poll. All right. Oh my God, some people are already polling. I haven't. So the 2 people who told me to vote Iceland for them. One was PJ, and the other one was David Levitt.
They are leading.
Right.
Your 2 votes have the max.
So we're probably not going to close this today, but you can log in.
If you want it to be Iceland.
Why is Vancouver 0? Come on, didn't you guys love this place?
No, you heard the visa issues and the.
That's temporary, man. Next month it will be better. It will change.
No, but Jamal, if you want the answer to be Iceland, just close the poll right now. It's in the.
No, okay. I'm sorry. Why is San Jose not in that list? Huh? San
can
Jose
only
was supposed
feed
to be on the
6.
list. Maybe get rid of Vancouver, please. I listed San Jose in the list.
Popular place.
Okay, please remove.
So we'll have to choose first. Poll number 1 is choose between Vancouver, Montreal, and Toronto. You have to pick one Canadian
Okay,
city.
so yeah, well, because it's a lot easier for me to just walk next door.
No, I think you have
Just
to
do that micromanagement.
You have to, Jamal.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to pick
Okay,
one.
San Jose has to be there for sure because San Jose is in play right now. Okay.
Yeah. And we have. We need Croatia to get added.
I hear Brazil as well, but Lorival says Brazil.
Somebody withdrew from Iceland.
Oh, somebody took their Iceland.
Got one from Montreal.
It went to Montreal. Somebody went from Iceland to Montreal. No, to Toronto.
Okay, maybe we'll do this properly.
Yeah.
We thought we could do it live here, but
so here's the high order bid, maybe, right? Oh, Vancouver showed up now. People are just blind voting now. There's a robot that's. So the high order bid is this, right? I think it's San Jose.
Iceland is still on play.
Iceland, Croatia, potentially.
Croatia? Is there a direct flight to Croatia?
For Air Canada from here.
Really?
Yeah. And what were the other options? Dublin looks like, and Lorival is saying Brazil at his house. But yeah, those are the primary options. It's unlikely we're going to come back to Canada right away. Yeah. Maybe 15 days after.
Canada is easy for Christy and me, right, Christy? And you gave us the gifts.
I like going to Europe, so.
Oh man, all right.
So it's narrowed down to Dublin, Iceland, and Croatia now. All the rest have been thrown out.
San Jose is in play.
She said she wants to go to Europe. You want to be starving?
Oh no, that's just my personal vote.
San Jose is okay with you?
San Jose is good with me.
All right.
Okay.
Christy says San Jose is good.
Okay.
Right? Huh? Rupa doesn't want San
I live
Jose.
in San Jose. I don't.
So you moved to Iceland. No, you moved to Iceland, so you find.
All right, maybe let's take a manual vote.
Join via air meet.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Let's take a manual vote. San Jose.
No. This voting.
I just want to get the feel for the room.
San
Jose
has 2
Anybody?
votes.
All right.
3.
4.5.
Five.
It looks like.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay, Iceland. It will be the month that there are no tourists there.
No. You can't answer the what month question. Too soon. Iceland in November, you can't see anything. So how do you know?
Yeah, I'm not sure we're giving enough parameters on this decision.
Yeah,
So-
the month is unknown.
Let's
We may be juggling when we run the next one.
let's do it all.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to defer on this question.
All right, I'm going to apologize to PJ. He thought this was a shoe-in. It's Iceland.
Well, if Jump Iceland officers are hosting us,
They have an office there.
no, but he can get one set up.
Okay. Right. Okay.
A data center, yes.
Well, that's probably the warmest place in
No,
Iceland.
you hug a machine to stay warm. Okay, that was the last slide. I think.
Is it the last one?
I think that was the last slide, right?
Well, you have the slides. Who has the slides?
He turned my screen off.
Uh,
Hold on.
Do you want to give it back? Okay.
We did this already. No, this is it. This is it.
That's the last one?
Yeah.
Okay. We're wrapping it up.
Maybe if I can
Rupa,
steal
get the rope.
Maybe I can steal the floor for. I'll
Thanks,
steal the floor
everybody.
from you guys just for a minute because I don't think that these 4 people really communicated how much work they actually put into this. They're all too modest to really brag, but I'll brag on their behalf. They spend a lot of their free time, their weekends, time that they could be with their family doing much more interesting things, making this conference come together. So I think a really good round of applause for the board members is needed.
All right, let's simplify this. Jamel, you get the last word.
I have the last word?
Yes.
Okay, where's Dev Tat?
That's
already
that's the last word.
Well, let's meet again, guys. I look forward to this every year, and I'm sure some of you do. Okay, we'll see you next year.
Thank you.
The breakout is still on, but
Don't forget to pick up your
Trash and take snacks for the plane.
oh yeah,
There's a lot of food left over.
yeah. Sorry, tell them about that.
So if
They love
anyone,
snacks.
yeah, if anyone is traveling on an airline that doesn't give out food, we have snacks that can go through security. So take some stuff for the plane. If you're here for the next few days, take some stuff to snack on. These are your snacks, so please take them. And yes, any trash that you have, if you could just take it out too, that'd be great. Thanks.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Breakouts are still on. The power is. Are we doing that, Jesse? Yeah, we're gonna do the power thing.
Thanks to the remote attendees as well. Yeah.